What's up, everybody? Welcome back. So in today's video, I'm gonna give you guys a quick rundown. I've been having an issue with the white stallion. So long story short, I let it sit for about a month. When I came back to start it up, it started giving me a check engine light and it was running really rough. So after I went ahead and scanned it, it gave me the crank sensor, but since this is a 6-bolt swap, it's not running an actual crank sensor in the crank. It's being ran by almost like a cam sensor, but on a 6-bolt, the one that's on the top runs your firing, and so it works almost as both of them together. So we have like a little jumper harness that tricks the wire harness, that tricks the pretty much the ECU to think that it's running a crank and cam together. So after that, I went to the dealer. We ordered a whole brand new crank sensor, and that did not fix the issue. So after inspecting the wiring harness, I was like, maybe I don't know, a squirrel or a rodent or something came and chewed my wiring harness. I inspected the whole harness. We didn't find anything. So after that, I was like, damn, man, I don't know what the hell's wrong. So I took the ECU out, and I ended up seeing that one of the resistors was leaking. And it wasn't making no more contact inside of the ECU. So this is the sensor that I was talking about. The 7 bolts don't have this one, only the 6 bolts do. But after I replaced that sensor, I replaced it with 2 new ones, and it did the same exact thing as the original that was on there. Then I got this one from another 6 bolt, same exact thing, did the same thing as the original and the 2 new ones that I put. So that's how I know it's not the sensor, because all the sensors are doing the exact same thing. So then I checked the wiring harness, like I said. I did not find any issues there. So then it gave me to check, because I have ECM link. So I tried connecting ECM link to the car, and it would send a signal, but the ECU wasn't sending a signal back. So I wasn't getting the correct reading. So I was thinking to myself, maybe something happened to the ECU and it's giving me the problem that I'm having with the car. So when I would give it wide open throttle, the car would like shut off. I could give it gas, maybe halfway throttle. Once I full throttled it, it would like not go. It would like shut off. So really weird. I could get into 2-step. I could give it gas slowly and it would be fine. But once I give it full throttle, it would like bog out almost, you know. So I sent out the ECU to ECM tuning to go ahead and look at it over. So the socket cap leakage, which is the one that I seen, is said to redo the sensor. I don't know what they did. They redid a sensor and something else, maybe a ground. I think it said right here. He did tell me something about the alternator, that I guess it wasn't working correctly on this. And I did notice that my alternators were going out quite a lot, and when I would give it gas, the lights would get brighter. When it would be at idle, the lights would dim, like at the same pace with the idle, which was really weird. So maybe it was causing that, because he did tell me something about the ECU with the alternator sensor signal. So hopefully that fixed it. And it says right here, cable seat. So I don't know what that is, but he did end up fixing 3 issues that I had. Hopefully that fixed the issue that we're having with the car. I did send out my my cable. He said he tested it. It works fine. So no need to replace this. I sent everything together just to make sure everything was in working order. But yeah, so far everything looks good now. I did also pay to get it upgraded to a V3 full because it was on the V3 Lite. Let me see if I have the keys. Let me go get the keys for you guys so we go ahead and open this up. Battery must be dead. It's not opening up, so we're gonna have to go ahead and replace that. I have another one that's the same, already charged, so let's go ahead and replace that battery real quick and let's see if we could open it. Let's give this another try. There you go. All right. Okay, so I got a screwdriver here. Now, let's go ahead and open up this ECU real quick. And I'll see if I go ahead and show you guys what we got fixed. Right now, we're gonna go ahead and take it apart so we could go ahead and inspect the inside now. I already took off the 4 screws it has, so you have 2 on this side and 2 on the other side. So I already took those out. So let me see if I can show you guys real quick. This is the one that was leaking. It was a brown one. I don't know if you can see the solders, they look brand new. This one, and that one I know he replaced because these were all brown, and you can tell the soldering right there looks really well. Looks really neat. He did a great job. This is a one way you can tell if you have ECM. Take your ECU apart, you need to have this. This also got switched to a V3 full. It was on a V3 Lite, so now I could have a dual map. So I am gonna go E85, and it's gonna have a gas tune, so now I can have both. Besides that, everything else looks great. Whoa, what is that? But yeah, so this thing is done. He did a great job. It looks good, looks clean. Now we're just gonna go ahead and put this back in the car and make sure everything is in working condition, and hopefully that fixed our issue. So I'm gonna go ahead and close this back up, and we're gonna go ahead and put it in the car and start it up and see what it does. So let me see if I can show you guys the location also of where it's at. It's down here. So what you end up doing is you have to remove your panel that's here. You have 2 screws, one there and one on the inside holding it in place. You remove those 2, and the ECU is in here. This ECU usually has 1 bolt on this side, and on the other side you have 2 bolts. No, sorry, it's 2 bolts on this side and 1 bolt on the other side that hold it in place like that. So let's go ahead and connect this and start it up, and let's see what it does. Where are the keys at? I can put them in my pockets. Okay. The battery is at 75%, so that should be enough to start it. Let me go ahead and move this box out of the way. Now let's see what is gonna happen. Okay, we got juice. Oof, this thing started up hella smooth. And you know what? It was the why I say that is because it used to run really rough when I would start it up. Now let's give it some gas. I might probably wait for it to warm up a bit.
So much later that the old narrator got tired of waiting and they had to hire a new one.
So it is the next day and we actually got the Eclipse done. I actually tested out the car and drove it a couple of days and everything is working good on it now. So if any of you guys have had any issues with your DSM, where pretty much I'm gonna explain what happened to me and what the car did to me figuring out it was the ECU that was bad. So exactly what happened with the Eclipse was I was driving it one day, turned it on, and when I turned it on I noticed it was kind of running at idle a little weird compared to how it always runs. So when I was driving it in the street, when I would give it throttle, it would go smoothly, but when I would want to give it more gas to catch up speed faster, I noticed it would bog out, like it wouldn't go. So I thought that was weird. The check engine light came on, I scanned it, it told me it was a crank sensor, but like how I mentioned, this one has a 6-bolt swap, so everything is ran through the cam sensor. And pretty much after that I replaced it, nothing happened. So then after that, checked the wirings, everything was perfectly fine. And then after that, when I wanted to connect it to DSM Link, thank God I had DSM Link, because that's what made the big difference. If you don't have DSM Link, you can scan it with the OBD2, it's still going to give you that. And if I never had DSM Link, I would have probably had a really hard time trying to figure out what was wrong with my car. So when I tried connecting to DSM Link, the computer would send a signal, my laptop would send a signal, but the ECU on the computer would not send a signal back for it to connect to the laptop, so I can really see what was going on with the car. Because what I was going to do is I was going to connect it and I was going to see if I could read all the sensors that were on the car to see if one of them was maybe not working correctly, or I was checking the cam to see if I had to like degree it a certain amount or something like that. But if it wasn't for me having DSM Link, I would have never found out. In my opinion, I would have took a really long time trying to figure out what was wrong with the car. And so that's something that you guys might want to look into. If you can't get DSM Link, if you don't want to get DSM Link, and if you're having the same issue, wide open throttle and the car just shuts off, maybe something wrong is maybe you have something wrong with your ECU. So I just wanted to make this quick video so that you guys could actually go ahead and if any of you guys have the same problems, it can help you guys diagnose the issue you guys might be having with your car. And yeah, so that's the reason why I made this video for you guys. But stay tuned, because we are working on the Silver Eclipse, and this one is already going to be completed. We received our front bumpers, side skirts, rear bumper. I did make some brackets for the car to hold the front bumper in place so it could be straight like the white Eclipse, so we could have that OEM fitment with no gap. And yeah, so stay tuned for that. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Peace.